On a cold November evening in 2011, a commuter train pulled out of Briarwood Station on its usual route across northern Vermont. The passengers settled in for the 2-hour trip, except one, 32-year-old Emily Carter, a quiet graphic designer with no criminal record, no known enemies, and no unusual behavior that day. Boarded the train at 6:05 p.m. She found a seat near the middle of carriage 3 and was never seen again. What happened during that train ride has puzzled investigators, tormented her family, and fascinated internet sleuths for more than a decade. Tonight, we revisit the case, examine the evidence, and explore the theories behind one chilling question. How does a woman vanish from a moving train? Emily Carter was born in 1979 in the small town of Milford. Her friends described her as intelligent, introverted, and deeply creative. She worked as a freelance designer for several magazines and spent most of her free time sketching in local cafes or hiking in the woods surrounding her hometown. Her disappearance came as a complete shock because Emily had no history of mental illness, no financial issues, and no relationship problems. At the time of her disappearance, she was preparing to move into a new apartment only 3 days later. She had already paid the deposit, packed most of her belongings, and even scheduled a meeting with her landlord. Everything pointed towards stability, which is why police immediately labeled her disappearance as highly unusual. On November 14, 2011, Emily left work early. At 5:22 p.m., CCTV footage captured her entering Briarwood Station. She bought a one-way ticket to Rutledge, a route she had taken dozens of times. The train that night was moderately full. Business travelers, students, a few tourists heading towards ski resorts. Witnesses confirmed that Emily boarded calmly. Showing no signs of distress, she sat alone. She placed her bag beside her. She pulled out her sketchbook and headphones. At 6:10 p.m., the train departed. That was the last confirmed sighting of her alive. The train made 5 stops that night. Briarwood, Hilders Point, Marsh Valley, Ashburn, Rutledge. Emily was only seen on the train's internal security camera once. Shortly after departure, she stood up, walked toward the restroom at the rear of carriage 3, and then vanished from camera view. When the train arrived in Rutledge at 8:18 p.m., the conductor began the routine sweep. Her seat was empty. Her ticket was still on the cushion. Her bag was gone. She never disembarked. No passengers saw her leave. No station camera picked her up. It was as though she dissolved into the night. Police launched a statewide search within 24 hours. They investigated 3 possibilities. 1. Emily got off the train between stops. Impossible. The doors don't open between stations. Point 2. She fell from the train. No damage. Broken glass or emergency latch use was found. Point 3. She was abducted. But how? And by whom? Authorities combed the trackside areas. Search dogs, thermal drones, volunteers. No trace. Even more disturbing, her phone remained connected to a cell tower for 2 hours after arrival. The signal moved 3 miles east, then abruptly shut off. Dozens of passengers were interviewed, only to offer unusual details. Witness number 1, a college student, claimed he saw Emily talking to a man near the train's rear doors. The man was wearing a dark green jacket. Hood up. He couldn't see his face. Witness number 2A, retired nurse, remembered hearing a loud thump near carriage 3 around 6:45 p.m. She assumed it was luggage falling. Police found nothing to match the noise as the days passed. The mystery grew deeper when investigators entered Emily's apartment. They found her sketchbook open on her desk. Inside were drawings from earlier that week, crowded train interiors, a corridor with a door she didn't recognize, a dark silhouette standing behind her. At first, detectives thought the sketches were harmless, but one drawing stood out: a train bathroom door, adrift in darkness, with the words scribbled below. He was there again. Had Emily been seeing someone or imagining someone her family insisted she had never shown signs of? Paranoia. Suspect 1, the man in the green jacket never identified, never came forward. Some believe he boarded specifically to target Emily. Suspect 2, a former coworker, had been fired months earlier and blamed Emily for reporting him, but he had an alibi. Suspect 3, a serial offender active in 2010 to 2012, known for stalking women on public transportation, but he denied any involvement. Without concrete evidence, police hit a dead end. Online communities proposed dozens of theories. 1. The hidden carriage theory. Some trains had a rarely used service compartment between cars. Could she have been lured inside? 2. The off-the-grid escape theory. Did Emily disappear intentionally? Unlikely. She left behind her passport, money, and unfinished work contracts. 3. The long tunnel abduction theory. During the Marsh Valley Tunnel, CCTV often malfunctioned. Did someone take advantage of the darkness? 4. The stalker theory. Her sketches suggested she felt watched. Case attracted millions of views on true crime forums. In March 2012, 4 months after her disappearance, a farmer found a phone near an abandoned barn. Belonged to Emily. Inside were only 2 unusual things. 1. A voice memo recorded at 6:38 p.m. during the train ride. The audio was only 14 seconds long. Footsteps. A faint whisper. Then Emily saying, "Stop following me." 2. A blurred photograph taken inside a train bathroom. It showed a reflection in the mirror, but the face behind Emily was indistinguishable. Abduction most probable, but how someone removed her without witnesses remains unexplained. Accidental. Found likely due to lack of evidence. Voluntary. DISAPPERANCECONTRADICTS. All known details. Inside, Joba train employee could bypass security systems, but no staff member was implicated. To this day, there is no confirmed theory. Emily Carter's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing unsolved cases of 2011. A woman boarded a train and simply never got off. No body, no suspects, no solid evidence, just a phone, a sketchbook, and a chilling voice memo hinting at a shadow from the past. 12 years later, we are left with the same haunting question. Where did Emily Carter go that night? And who was she running from? Fade out.